अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Today we will speak about the habits that we develop during our chanting. And most of them, what we should discuss are the bad habits that we develop during chanting. And why we are discussing these bad habits or good habits? Because whatever habits we develop during our chanting, somehow in my experience, I have seen that they accompany you for the whole life. In last about 35 years, I stayed few years in temple full time. I was with different groups of devotees as a counselor or as a participant on yatras, in Pune yatras, wherever we chanted together. My observation was some devotees during chanting, they keep doing the same things year after year after year. And there is no one to tell them also that this is what is happening to you during chanting. And it is going on for years together that I am observing at least. So everyone feels, oh, why should I tell? How can I tell? And then that goes on. And then some devotees, even after 30 years, I have been watching them doing the same thing during chanting that they were doing in the early days of Krishna consciousness. So we have to always, we always say that watch your habits, watch your actions. If you don't watch your actions, soon they will become habits. And if you don't watch your habits, then soon they will become your character, part of you, part of your unchangeable attribute of your personality. So you must be guessing, what are those bad habits? I want to know. The most powerful bad habit that can accompany you life after life, not in this life, years after years and life after life, is sleeping during chanting. If somehow or other you have, no, yeah, definitely we are tired sometimes and we definitely do feel sleepy. But this getting tired and feeling sleepy during japa continues even if you are fresh, taken good sleep and sit for chanting, you will feel sleepy or you will fall asleep because you are too many days tired and you are too many days sleeping during chanting. Now it has become a habit, and even if you are fresh, slept for 8 hours previous night, still the body and the mind will put you to sleep because it was the condition that you have developed. Another thing is yawning. My experience personally is it just goes on even if you are fresh or not fresh. This is just the habit that we continue with. Third habit is a vega that I myself experience every day, is to look into my mobile and WhatsApp and some bell that rings telling me something has come. So this particular vega is a new vega, new advancement in the conditionings of Kali Yuga. That everybody from top to bottom by default are attached to looking at the mobile, doing something on the mobile or watching at the mobile, how much it is charged. Fourth habit that is so subtle that you don't even realize that it is happening. That is thinking, planning, and making your day-to-day daily schedule while chanting. Today, what I'm going to do. For ladies, what sabji I'm going to make when I'm going to go to market. For men, what meetings I will have today, what message I need to send, what mail I need to send, or I'll have to go here, go there. I didn't go this thing. I didn't do this thing for many days. Some people have habit of continuously working on computer. That also I have seen. They just keep working on computer and they keep chanting. I mean, we don't even realize that we are doing something else but chanting, while chanting. Then there are some people who may not be in our sampradaya or anywhere, but I know some people who watch movies, watch cartoons, watch serials, and they chant. And sometimes they chant 32 and 48 rounds while doing so. And they feel, anyway, it helped me to chant 48 rounds. But some other multimedia activities going on. Then some people have habit of talking during chanting. It's such an urge, that you need to talk to the person next to you who is chanting with you. Something or other mind tells you, hey, this I need to talk, when I will talk, otherwise I'll not get time to talk and I'll forget afterwards. So regarding this planning also, I know some people keep jotting down whatever comes in their mind, because the mind is such that when you chant, you get to remember all those things which you don't remember during daytime, and they are very important things. So Maya is very subtly and very powerfully working on us to see that most important work we remember during our chanting, which we have forgotten for months, sometimes days, sometimes years. And then some people have started putting a diary and putting it down on paper. That also becomes a habit. And we remember everything during chanting. And some people have noticed innocently, without knowing, that they are hearing Katha or Bhagavatam class and they are chanting simultaneously. In most of the Indian Bhagavad Kathas or Ramayana Kathas or long Kathas for 7 days, which they do at home, most ladies you will find with beads, and they are all chanting continuously and also hearing Katha. That means they are doing Katha Aparad also and doing Nama Aparad also together, double Aparad at the same time, neither attending to Katha, neither attending to Japa full time or fully. I can, actually go on enumerating what all we do during our chanting. And never we come to know that these things have become our habits. The first thing we get up in the morning, our thoughts start immediately. What is today's appointments? What are the important tasks that I have to do? What happened yesterday which was striking, which struck my mind? And that's why I always keep telling that hear some class during taking bath or brushing your teeth, so that you get conditioned for good things. You love to hear good things. You should miss that. Oh, today I did not take my um, MP3 player in the bathroom. So I talked about only bad habits because we are concerned about them. There are good habits also. Good habits are focusing on the holy name, praying to the holy name, praying, offering a prayer after every round. Please help me to chant. I want to hear your holy name, my Lord. I want to focus. That becomes a habit. Sitting straight is a habit. If sitting leaning against the couch in a relaxed posture is a habit. Pronunciation is another habit. I've seen devotees, the way they started chanting in the early days of Krishna consciousness, the same way they chant throughout their life. As far as pace is concerned, as far as pronunciation is concerned, they do the same thing year after year, because they just cannot change their style of chanting once the habit is set in. So it's such a subtle thing. That is why Sometimes I say you go to sleep and come after half an hour to chant. Because my worry is that not today you will go to sleep, but the habit will get into your inner recesses of mind and you will sleep even after you are slept well in the night. What are we worried about is the long-term habit that we are going to develop. And unless we meditate on each, I must have enumerated few, but you may be having in you some habits which I don't know, which you have to think about, which you have to meditate, and you have to give up by practice. If you cannot give up, talk to your seniors, talk to your Shiksha Gurus, counselors, Guru if possible, discuss with them, because we don't want to die with these bad habits during chanting. We want to give up everything, bad habits during chanting, and chant purely, because pure chanting is a long, lofty goal, is a big, lofty goal. It is not something very easy. You have to go deep inside the whole philosophy, the whole practical situations of our mind, and get this mind to finally listen to the holy name. Think of the holy name. Think of the Lord. Prayfully, intensely, attentively. That habit we want to develop. And that habit will not be developed unless we give up our bad habits during chanting. So, my dear devotees, I am also equally a victim of bad habits during chanting. It's not that I don't have and you have. That's why I'm telling you. It's a mutual situation which I am also fighting with, and I'm sure you are also fighting with. But this talk is just simply to make us aware of what can go wrong during chanting, what bad habits can be acquired without knowledge, is to helping each other, to help each other to be aware. That's why we are discussing this. There is nothing like superiority or inferiority from the speaker to the audience. It's simply a humble attempt to help each other to chant nicely, without bad habits, with full attention. And if someone comes up and tells you and alarms you or makes you aware, do not feel offended. Do not bring your ego in between. That who is he? What does he think of himself? I see him yawning and sleeping. What does he think of himself? No. Think of the help that he or she is providing you. Accept that help and improve yourself. By that way, when you will tell somebody, the help will be accepted in a humble way. If you retaliate in a proud, egoistic way, then whenever you feel like telling somebody and you tell somebody, you will get the similar response. That's why, please understand, the whole process of chanting together is helping one another to come out of these bad habits and develop good habits. And finally, everybody is simply focused on the holy name. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.